So we're trying this standing up setup again. I kind of like standing up and filming videos because it makes my posture so much better. There are so many videos I see where I'm like this. I'm like, meh, trying to talk to you guys. And also I feel like I have more room when I stand up, because when I'm sitting on my bed, I feel like I just have the edge of the bed to move and that's it. And I really can't go anywhere. But when I'm standing up, I just feel like I have so much more room and freedom. I don't know, we'll see how it is in the video. I may move too much when I'm standing up, so my next video may be me sitting down. I don't know, we'll see. But I ended up going to CVS today because they are having their end of the year clearance sale, and there's a couple like physician formula stuff I wanted to get. And one of my favorite powders, which I hardly ever talk to you guys about, and that's because I used to hate it and then I started using it again. It is the Fergie Wet n Wild translucent setting powder. It's the white one. And I recently fell in love with it again as a setting powder for under my eyes. I got that idea from Heather because when I first used it, I used it all over my face and I hated it. But then I started using it just under my eyes and I really, really enjoyed it. So let's just jump right into the haul. I did get some new items, well, a new set of items, but I was not planning to get new items because I didn't have any of my coupons, but they happened to be there and I happened to really want to try them, so I happened to buy them. So this is going to be kind of like a mini haul, so well, let's just get into it. So two items I picked up from Physicians Formula are going to be their Youthful Wear. It's their Cosmetic Youth Boosting Powder and their Cosmetic Youth Boosting Spotless Concealer. So we're just talking about the concealer first because this is kind of like a random purchase by me, but it was 75% off, so it was like $3.49 I think, which I think is a really good deal for a concealer. Hopefully it's good.
So here it is. Okay, here's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to reduce the appearance of spots by 67%. And SPF of 15, you're supposed to look up to 10 years younger. So if this actually works, I will look like I'm 14 years old. But this is a 12-hour wear.
And so I don't have age spots. This is what this is for. It's for age spots. But I do have acne scars, or like, you know, so I have acne to where my acne gets really red in the area that's infected. So that spot tends to linger for a really long time. So I got this for my acne spot. So if you guys have been watching my Snapchat stories, which I'm doing Snapmas on Snapchat, so it's kind of like Vlogmas, but it's Snap style. And I've actually been slacking for the past few days just because I've been so busy and just wanting to spend time with Ezekiel and my dogs. But anyways, I went like crazy on Snapchat today. But I usually snap with no makeup on, so you guys get to see my face in its full glory. Like right now, my face looks super clear, but that's just because of my camera and the natural sunlight that's happening right now. But really, there's some face demons going on. But anyways, back to this. So I do have like leftover acne marks or acne scars, so that's why I got this. But let's see. And the applicator is actually really interesting. So, and oh, and the color is light medium, I think, or medium, something like that. Yeah, it's light medium. So the applicator is ball. So it's a ball applicator. And how do you apply it? I think you twist it right here.
No, maybe that's why it's 75% off, because the applicator doesn't work. Gonna roll, 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 roll.
Happening. Oh my god, it's like just pouring out. Okay. So it's very liquidy. Like extremely liquidy. Oh, cracker doodles. Okay, so now that I like twisted it up like a million times, so much product is like just oozing out of this. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna close you and you're gonna do something. So here it is all over my hand. So right now, it smells funky. It's very oily. But let's just like rub it in. It smells so weird. There. Whoa, that's like definitely not my skin tone, but I'm using it to lighten a spot, and I might use it to brighten my under eyes. But yeah, the texture is very weird. Good thing I won't be wearing it on my hands. But yeah, it seems to give good coverage. That is a tan line from my Fitbit, so ignore that. But yeah, like, so my veiny, I have veiny hands, and I test, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I test the coverage of a concealer or a foundation based on how it covers my hands, because I do have some pretty veiny hands. As you guys can kind of see, like, there's like blue veins. Really, this lighting is just making my skin look flawless, but I do have some blue veins, and just looking at it in like normal lighting, the blue veins have they've come down a little bit. So that's interesting. The applicator is very strange. Let's see if it's still pouring out. Oh no, it seemed to stop. So the smell is weird. It's a weird smell. Maybe it's expired. Maybe that's why it's 75% off. It says expires, I think that's an 18. I don't know. It says expires either 1/5, which is this year, OC, which is October, I'm assuming, or it's 1/8 October. Let's hope it's 1/8. So then I also got the powder, and this is in the shade Creamy Natural. It looked like it was my shade, and I've tried a aging powder from Physicians Formula before, just not this one. I think it was the gray one. This is like the purple packaging. So this is supposed to give an illuminating finish. So I've been wanting to try the what the heck, did I just break it? I've been wanting to try the It Cosmetics illuminating finishing foundation powder. I know it's like a super storybook name, that what it really is called, but I just haven't forked out the money for it. But this is the Creamy Natural Illuminating Finish powder in Creamy Natural. I told you guys that. But it says smooth, flawless, even youth airbrush boosting perfect powder. So here it is. It might be that weird texture of the concealer on my hand, but it does feel creamier. It feels really soft. So sorry, let me explain why I spanked my powder. But while I was touching it, the actual pan was turning with me, so I wanted to see if the glue was loose, but it didn't come out. So I don't know, I will test this out and I will let you guys know how I feel about it. But it was also 75% off, so it was like $3. I got a Milani eyeshadow in the shade Bella Mandarin. I want to say Heather has this color, and it's like just a nice orange. It was some YouTuber I watched. I'm pretty sure it was Heather, but it's just this nice orange. And I don't have this color in my collection because I don't really tend to gravitate towards orange eyeshadows. I tend to gravitate towards coral, not orange, but I feel like this would look really, really pretty this time of year and also in the summer, just to have as a nice like crease color or transition color, kind of to give that sunset effect. And I haven't really given the Milani Single Shadows a fair try. You guys can kind of see it. Let's zoom in. There. So there it is. I notice when I zoom in, my camera picks up the color better, but there it is. So it's just like this nice neutral orange. And so yeah, I got it. It was 50% off, so it wasn't that good of a deal for it, especially if I'm not 100% sure on the formula of these. But everyone that I kind of watch on YouTube raves about this formula, so I decided I would give it one more chance. So speaking of the Fergie powder, they only had one at the CVS I went to. I think I now have 2 or 3, maybe 4 backups of this. So I should be set for a really long time. The one downside I did have to this powder when I first tried it is because I went through it so quick. Probably within like 2 weeks I went through it, which I thought was crazy. But that was back when it was like $8, and now It was like super cheap. But at Walgreens, they have them 75% off. At CVS, they're 50% off. And at Target, they're also 50% off. So if you are wanting to get a really, really, really stinking good deal on it, go to Walgreens and just hunt it down. Because sometimes I notice Walgreens, if they have clearance items, they'll take them off the shelf and they'll put them in a very far away corner of the store, like with a whole bunch of other clearance items. So if you're interested in getting this powder, or it's like a holy grail status for you too, then definitely go check out the far depth corner of your Walgreens if you can't find it, because that's where it's going to be. But so this is 50% off at CVS, and I just picked it up because once I run out of it, I am going to be very, very sad. So like I said, I have 3 or 4 backups besides this one. So I got a blush from Physicians Formula, and this is the Sexy Booster Sexy Glow Blush. This supposedly has pheromone boosting blend and seductive scent. So I think they marketed this brand as when you wear it, you just feel super sexy. I'm almost positive that's how they marketed this. So let me just read what it says. Irresistibly Sexy Blushing Glow. Wear this blush like lingerie for your face for an instant sexy boost with an alluring blushing glow. The perfect blend of shimmering blushing tones delivers a sultry afterglow illumination that lasts all day. There are just so many sexy words in one sentence. Sexy boosting formula. Infused with the scent of warm vanilla afterglow. Illumination and pheromone mimicking ingredients include clinically tested, and then it just goes on and listed a whole bunch of words that are clinically tested. So many sexy words to describe you. Oh, it says give a cheek a not so innocent glow. That's funny. But it was 75% off, and I feel like Glam Life Guru or Tati here on YouTube had talked about this blush. I think it was her. But anyways, the packaging on this has fishnets on it, which is really funny, and it has a high heel. So this packaging is annoying already. Like, okay, well, look at that. Look how thick that is. And look how small the blush is. That's already getting me mad. But you have the brush, which I never use the brush for Physicians Formula, and it has a mirror. Look, you guys can see my setup. Ooh, this mirror is dirty. So, there. So here's the blush. I smell a light vanilla chemical fragrance. So it's like a two-toned. Oh, did I just break it? I just broke it! Well, that sucks. Can I go back on? Maybe that's why it's 75% off, because the glue is cheap as freak. Okay, so I just broke it. Sorry, Dexter. So here's the blush, and it's like a two-toned blush, and then we're just gonna swirl it all together. It's a pretty decent blush. So there it is. It's very shimmery. So there it is. Like I said, I only paid $3 for it, so I'm not too butthurt if I don't like it. But I do think I will like it as long as I can really brush it out, you know? As long as it's super blendable, which I'm trying to blend it with my fingers right now. And it seems like it is. The one thing I don't like is the overspray from the high heel. So as you can see right there, there's a whole bunch of shimmers. I'm hoping that's overspray, because as I was blending it out, you guys probably can't tell on camera, but there are tiny chunks of glitter all over it, and I'm not the biggest fan of chunky blush. Last item I got for clearance is an item that I've been wanting to try for a really long time from Physicians Formula. And it is their Glowing Nude Bronzer. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I open this wrong every time. A lot of the Physicians Formula bronzers that I've gotten that have lots of shimmer in them, I use that shit as a highlight. So once again, we have the same packaging. I'm going to be very gentle with this packaging because I broke it last time. But you open it and it's this like super thick plastic right here. So I wonder if I could, no, I'm not even gonna try. So here it is, it's the Nude Wear, and it's the illuminating, and the packaging, first of all, is adorable. It is like this foundation, hold on. So it's this foundation that was my favorite over the summer. It's very illuminating, and I actually almost finished this foundation during the summer. So that actually says a lot about me because I tend to get bored over foundations. So a guy was just walking across the street and he was staring at me. And now Dexter's mad. The shade is Glowing Nude Bronzer. This is the lightest one. They do have a darker bronzer to it, but that one was a little too dark for me to use as a highlight. I would have to use it as a bronzer, and I don't like illuminating bronzers. So there's that. And so here's this one. It just has like some nice colors. So I do feel like if you were super duper light skinned, like you are probably always in like the pearl shades or the very light shades of the category, this would probably work as a bronzer for you, but for me it does work as a highlight, I'm hoping. So we're just going to swirl the colors together. And there was overspray. Physicians Formula is very famous and notorious for doing overspray, and I don't like overspray just because it gets me mad because it makes the things that I wear for the first time super chunky, and I'm very big on first impressions of makeup and anything in general. And so whenever it's like super chunky, I don't like it. I never want to use it again. But here it is right there. I did 2 applications of it just because of the overspray. Focus on my wrist. So there it is. Now onto the new items that I found at CVS. So I got 4 of them. They are the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Color Sensation Lip products. And I believe these are brand new. I haven't heard anyone talk about them, but I got 2 crazy colors and 2 neutral colors. That's what I tend to go for when I get new lip products. I go for a crazy color, and then I go for a nice natural nude color, because sometimes for me what happens is the formula of the deep crazy colors is different than the formula of the nude colors. So I try to get a mixture of both just so I can test them out for you guys and let you know how I feel. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to swatch these 2 colors because they're the most neutral and the most non-neutral colors I got. Though I'm not saying this purple is neutral, I just always tend to grab purple lipsticks. So let's see if they have names. Oh, they do. So this is Possessed Plum. They have that typical Maybelline scent. Holy cow, that's dark. The formula is thick. Like, it's really thick. So the formula is really, really thick. And it doesn't go on like solid. That's not the word I'm looking for. What's the word? I don't know what word I'm looking for. It doesn't go on very, here, I'll get closer. It doesn't go on very even. That's the word. When I first swipe. So I just dipped it in and I dipped it back out. So here we go. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see it? Hopefully, like how it's really sheer in the middle. So it's like really sheer in the middle and then thick on the outer edges. So that might just be an applicator error. But I don't know. We'll test it out and I'll let you all know. Now we are going to try Nude Thrill. Also my camera just cut off randomly while I was talking about the dark color. So if it was a weird random cutoff, that's why. But this is Nude Thrill, and there's number 5 on it. So if your store doesn't have names on them. Oh, also, okay, so there are no sealed protection stuff on these. But they do have it to where if it's been used, this part right here is gonna fill up. So watch. See how it just filled up? That's how you can tell if these have been opened or not. That one applied better, but it's also really thick. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is a super thick formula. Don't know how I'm gonna like it. So Really, really thick formula. First impression is these are super thick. I don't know if they're gonna dry matte, to be honest with you, because of how thick they are. They may finish to a satin matte, which means they never really settle or dry on your lips. But they, to me, by applying them, they remind me of the Too Faced Melted lipsticks. So they're a lipstick formula. They just never dry fully matte. So I will continue to test those out, and I will let you guys know how I feel about them in a later video. But for right now, guys, that's it for this really quick CVS haul. It actually wasn't that quick because I really talked to you guys a lot. There may be a few bloopers at the end of this video. I don't really tend to do bloopers on my videos because that just makes my videos super long. But there's been some funny things that's happened, kind of, especially with me and my dogs. As always. It for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really enjoyed me and you want to see more of my videos and more of my dogs, then do subscribe to this channel. The link is right down below. It's a red button if you want to hit it. Also, follow me on all my social media sites. It's AM Beauty Life everywhere: Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And as always, guys, have a beautiful day from me and my dogs. Bye, guys.
And you enjoyed. Really, I was going good and I had a burp. I'm talking to our friends. I'm talking to our friends. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to our friends. Okay? Okay, say, okay, Mom. Okay, Mom. You get him. Oh my God, it's Taco Tuesday. I think it just reminded me it's Taco Tuesday. You get him. You get him, Dexter. Get him. Tell him this is your house. Can't be crossing the street. At this angle, you guys can't see my dogs. I won't get as many views.